Eclipse madness is sweeping North America. For the first time in 30 years, a total solar eclipse will cut across the entire United States. Anyone in its path will experience totality. The moment when the moon crosses between the Earth and the sun and completely blocks out the sun's light.
And in fact, there's a song by Carly Simon called You're So Vain.
Sure.
And one of the lines was, you flew your Learjet to Nova Scotia to see a total eclipse of the sun. That was in the early 1960s.
Exactly.
And that one went through Nova Scotia. And we have one coming up in 2024 that's going to go right over Toronto. And it's going to go over the East Coast. It's going to be stunning.
All right, I'm booking you for 7 years out. We'll talk about this again. Can you hold that up again and hold up the ball, which you said is not the right proportion?
Right.
So again, so the moon, how much smaller than Earth?
The moon's about half the size of the Earth, but it's 400 times smaller than the sun.
Okay.
The sun's 400 times farther away, so they appear the same size. The moon's about half the size of the Earth, but it's 400 times smaller than the sun. The moon's about half the size of the Earth. The moon's about half the size of the Earth, but it's...
Well, if you took the time to Google how big is the moon compared to the Earth, you get an entirely different answer. It says that the moon is approximately 27% the size of Earth. So that's about a quarter the size of the Earth, not half. So who do you trust, Google or this guy?
But how does it that the moon, which is that size relative to both the sun and the Earth, how is it that it's able to cast a shadow that's about 110 kilometers wide?
Again, good question.
That was Jane Edmonds' question.
Yes, yes. Well, the shadow that the moon casts is a cone. So it starts out as the width of the moon, but then as it comes to the Earth, it's a cone. And we're right at the tip of the cone.
Okay.
So that's why the shadow is so small. Now, here's the thing. The moon is very slowly getting further away from the Earth. Every year, it's about 3 or 4 centimeters further away. So eventually, it'll be too far away, and that cone will not reach the Earth, and we will no longer have total solar eclipses.
Oh, man. Well, that sucks. You hear that, guys? Eventually, we will no longer have solar eclipses anymore, forever. Because the moon is slowly moving away from the Earth about 3 or 4 centimeters per year. Because this guy says so. The same guy that says the moon is half the size of the Earth says that the moon is moving away from the Earth about 3 or 4 centimeters per year. Can you refer us to the experiment that proves that? Or are you just saying that and we're supposed to trust you because you're the so-called expert that thinks that the moon is half the size of Earth?
We'll only have annular eclipses. The moon will be too small, so the sun will look like a ring, which we do get now because the moon's distance does vary a bit. But eventually, we won't have total solar eclipses at all. So see them now. By the way, they're going to disappear 620 million years from now.
Oh, we should be okay.
We still should be okay. But eventually they will stop. So like I say, it's unique to the Earth. We're the only planet that has total solar eclipses. And I think it's fabulous that we get to see them. And this one get to drive to it. How nice.
Well, you hear that, folks? The eclipses will be gone forever in 620 million years. Is there any way for me and you to verify that? You know, us regular folks. Is there any way to verify that? Or do we just have to die trusting this expert that in 620 million years that there will no longer be eclipses? Do we just have to die trusting this expert that the moon is slowly moving away 3 or 4 centimeters a year? I mean, did they measure from here to the moon in 2016 and then again this year in 2017 to make sure it moved about 3 or 4 centimeters? Is there any way me or you or any regular person can verify any of these claims? Did the so-called expert give any proofs or any experiments to show what he's talking about? No, he didn't. So it all comes down to blind faith in experts who you deem smarter than yourself. Do you really want to trust these supposed experts when they don't even know how big the moon is compared to the Earth? According to him, it was half the size of the Earth. Be careful who you trust with your information, folks, and who you deem smarter than yourself. If you take the time to do proper research, you will no longer have to blindly rely on supposed experts, and then you can start actually relying on yourself. And just a quick reminder, Flat Earth Association is the official backup channel for the Flat Earth asshole. So if anything is to ever happen to this channel, definitely go over to Flat Earth Association and hit subscribe, because it is the official backup channel for the Flat Earth asshole. And we will also be doing live streams over on the Flat Earth Association channel for the next 3 months. So head on over and hit the subscribe button, and I will see you over there. Peace.